All right, everyone. I'm just getting everything set up right now. Please hang tight. Please hang tight. Yep, okay, that might start a bit of an echo. All right, everyone. Welcome to Pool D of the Supreme.io Ruby Tournament 2022. Fortunately for me, I have received uh, news from... I had done a PCR test yesterday, and I was waiting for the results to come back. I had done some rapid tests prior, which had given me the impression that I might have gotten COVID-19, but fortunately enough, when my PCR test came back negative, I'm still going to be a little cautious with with just everything. But luckily enough, I'm going to be operating as if I'm healthy. So, yes, I, just allow me to get this chat in the interview. Where's chat? Where's chat? Okay, there's chat. So, without too much further ado, let's get moving. You may notice that there is a slight difference in the player and like the matches and everything. May need to contact Ascent about that. Yeah. Just wherever you see Pooker, who has already played in Group C, I believe. We are going to have IL_board. So, that being said, we are going to start our tournament. We are going to get Weather versus Rusty Gears. Certainly a match for the ages. However, I have received words that Weather may not be available at the moment. We will have to see about that. And if not, we will just get someone else to sub in for them. So let's get everything going. I will just need to very quickly close the door, as there is some noise around the house. There we go. Just to be particularly fancy, I have chosen to do this with my foot. So Rusty Gears is in. So we are going to be playing on... We will again be using the ban format as is traditional for this tournament. So we will have to just see how everything goes, how everything pans out. So yeah, we are going to get started right now. I'm the only commentator. We will see if someone else is available to help me with the commentary, but I'm But if not, I'm fine. I'll live. I know I'm not someone who doesn't have what it takes to carry a stream by themselves. Hopefully, that may be up to interpretation, actually. So yeah, let's just wait for a little bit longer. Let's get some music going also, as we do seem to be missing that. Let's open up YouTube. Let's get some. Let's get some that NCS going. So, we are currently just awaiting weather. I have sent them the invite. They should be available. Well, they actually, there is a possibility that they're not available right now, but that we will have to see. I'm seeing some stuff in the Discord chat, and I would just like to kind of clear up some misconceptions about just the nature of these tournaments. Don't worry about winning. We're just here to have a good time. And honestly, running a tournament is something I greatly enjoy, and you know, if you do well, if you do poorly, it's entirely just up to you. And you know, if you do poorly, you can learn. And well, everything will just go as it will go. So we will just wait another minute or two for weather. If not, we do have a few people who are available to take weather's place. And I mean, I'd rather it not have to come to that, but you know, sometimes that's how it is, so. We will have to see this. If weather is not going to show up anytime soon, I suppose we will just have to continue without them. And since I've already participated in as to fill in for someone else, I'm afraid I won't be able to do that. However, someone has stepped up to the plate and is well, willing to show what they've got. And allow me to just yes, let's welcome the participant that will be taking on where weather would be. Come on in, Dragon Slayer. So Dragon Slayer is replacing Weather, and Rusty Gears is Rusty Gears. So we will just get some bands underway. So, as it is, yes. So just a refresher to those who are unaware, the map selection is done through random selection, and each player will get to ban one map. So right now we have Detonate and Showdown banned, but we already also immediately banned Serpent because Serpent is not competitively viable as it is way too large and difficult to maneuver around. So that being said, let's move on to our first map, which, according to the generator, I put it up in Python, is Puncture. So, with all of that said, let's get right into it. And allow me to just reload the page. So right now we have Rusty in the lower part of Puncture, and Dragon Slayer, who is right there. So unfortunately, so I've just received a message confirming that weather is unavailable, so that is unfortunate, but we will just have to keep moving. So, yeah, so Dragon Slayer has fallen off the map, losing the first life of the match. Rusty with a grenade. Rusty's got a rock right now, and Dragon Slayer has a great sword coming in, and here we have that's a minigun. Oh, shooting through the wall. Dragon Slayer putting on the pressure. We have Rusty Gears with a sass, and here we have. So Dragon Slayer takes the first takes the second. No, that's a second kill. It's currently a 1-1 situation. We have a grenade sailing. So that's Dragon Slayer dead. I was unfortunately kind of distracted by some chat shenanigans. But, oh, we have an epic AK in play. Dragon Slayer coming in and picking it up. That is unfortunate. Walled off by rocks. Rusty is taking no prisoners today. So we just wait. So we have Rusty through the wall. There's a boomerang. That's a minigun. This is looking very risky for Rusty, but Dragon Slayer may need to step it up if there's what's it called? If there's a comeback in the making. So here we have Rusty with a sass. Dragon Slayer with the shotgun. Here we have a rifle versus now a dart. That dart gets trapped on the collision. Rusty picks up the minigun, rises up, takes a few hits off Dragon Slayer, and here we have just some SMG going on. That boomerang narrowly misses, and that's grenade snipe, almost jumping into it. So we have Rusty with a pistol. Here we have that's a grenade that missed. Rusty needs to be like a little bit more carefully than one might expect in this situation. Sure, the match may be 3-1, but there is always a chance for shenanigans to unfold. So we are currently just... So Rusty is... Okay, so here we have a grenade. And that's a double grenade, and that will do it. Rusty takes the first match. So, allow me to update. So we are going to report the scores. That was, I believe, a 2-5. Can someone confirm? Can someone confirm in the chat? That was a 2-5, right? I may just have to look at my own stream. Perhaps just give me a second. I have the attention span of a gnat, or however you pronounce that word. Yep, that is a 2-5. So that will be a victory for Rusty Gears. And now we move on. We get the next map, which will be Tubular. So if we could get Rusty to select Tubular. So we are just experiencing a little bit. So the map is Tubular. We are going to match number 2 here. And we will see the results of this. The scoreboard we will need to update. I think Ascent has that script, so here we go. Let's get started. And we are just reloading. We have immediately Rusty and Dragon Slayer coming in and punching each other, and here we have just... that is a smart dart, and that was a... so Dragon Slayer draws first blood, and here we have Dragon Slayer with a revolver. I'm actually a little bit stupid. That's an SMG coming in. That is a dart versus a rifle, it appears. Rusty throws a dart, it doesn't really go anywhere. And here we have Rusty with a... Rusty picking up that shotgun. Dragon Slayer picks up an epic AK. This is going to severely impact the match. And never mind, that was just used for some cool movements and cool pressure, and that's about it. That grenade hits just back. And here we have just that rifle kill, putting Rusty Gears on the map. We have what appears to be just a rifle duel. Neither... okay, so Dragon Slayer switches to Katana. Rusty has run out of rifle, choosing to upsurge out of the way. And here we have an epic AK has come into play again, but unfortunately Rusty Gears was way too low on health to really take advantage of it. We have Dragon Slayer getting a cheeky little revolver shot, and here we have well, that's a dart coming in for a rifle, and we have a bit of a lag spike. And now we have that's a SAS coming in. And here we have a little bit of, well, just a little bit of everything. That's a revolver shot that goes over the top. That's a dart versus a... so here we have just a little bit of Rusty almost getting hurt by their own. That's a miss, and Rusty is seriously going to need to put in a lot of effort to turn this around. However, it is always possible. So that's our second kill for Rusty. And here we have well, Dragon Slayer with a what's it called? Rocket launcher, bazooka, whatever you may wish to call it. That destroys the cover. 2 explosives. One of them hits Rusty, hit it straight in the body, and that will take it. Dragon Slayer takes game 2. So we will have Dragon Slayer with 5 points, even with 2 points. So that will be it for this match. We will now thus move on to the next match between IL_board and Even. So this may take a little bit. There is a chance that there may be a little bit of a situation here. So we will just need to wait. So we will just have even banned their map while we wait for IL_board to show up. So here we have just even, and we are currently waiting for IL_board, who I am worried about, as they have mentioned that they or IL_board, who has to eat right now, so we may be waiting, or we may have to sub in. No, this is. And I am clearly a very good typist, as evidenced by me struggling to backspace twice and press the S. So we are currently just waiting on IL_board. Let's hope they finish up eating, as food is very important. I'm now thus waiting for So we are now just waiting slowly. As IL_board is not available, and we may just have to wait for a bit. And if not, we may need to get someone else to sub in, unfortunately. I sure hope not, but so I'm afraid we may need to pull some strings, because I'd rather not have to wait forever. So we're just waiting for IL_board, who is eating. We may just need to. So alright, we are delaying IL_board's matches, unfortunately, since they are eating, and that's kind of important. However, we already have even here, so may as well move forward with the tournament. So instead of even versus IL_board, we will have even versus one of the two who just played, and I will just say that Dragon Slayer, who is replacing Weather, will be the person who we get back in, since so this will be a match done a little bit out of order. This is just how it has to be considering situations. So we will just ask. So, ban one map each. We will use the selection. So, Cosmic has been banned. And now we are waiting for... That's already banned by default. Pillars is banned. So if we select our map, which will be Topple. So we will move forward with this map. So with this match, we have Even Was Taken versus Dragon Slayer. We are starting the match. They're both just running around. Dragon Slayer taking the first hit, Even causing a few, just losing a chunk of health. I want to say it's this is a situation that Even is kind of in a disadvantageous spot for. That hammer did not pay off, but that's Wall Breaker did. Wall Breaker coming in. That's a pistol. That's the first death of the match. Dragon Slayer takes a pistol and a couple other things. We have Even with a sass and Dragon Slayer with another sass. I lose my train of thought very quickly. So that's Wall Breaker just kind of being used. Not much to say there. So here we have that great sword hit, dealing damage, but not quickly enough to kill. That misses. Well, that doesn't hit. And here we have. What was that worth it though? That takes the first. That's first blood on Even's behalf, but Dragon Slayer is dealing some heavy damage, and in fact, the lives are kind of. So I do believe that is. So this is in fact just the match that would be replacing what that would be Weather versus Even, but this is in fact Dragon Slayer versus Even, so this is fine. So we just have Even zoning Dragon Slayer out a little bit. That's a pistol Even's holding. Not enough to... That grenade not causing enough. And that's Wall Breaker. Tragically way too close. So this is looking like a very high-stakes situation. The SMG's range not quite cutting it there, and that takes Even to their last life. And Dragon Slayer is really just one hit away. So we are just gonna wait for that pistol to do its magic. So it is a 1-1 situation, or rather 4-4 situation. Who will take the last life? And Even takes the first match! Congratulations to Even. We will be updating this. So we will be taking this in here. So that would be the first match between Even and Dragon Slayer. If I could just find that. There we go. I'm maybe a little bit slow with this. So that was 4-5. Even has won. So we continue. Even versus Isle Board. Okay, so we get new bans as... So Pillars has just been rebanned. So that will be a match. So now here we have an unusual little glitch where the name colors. So we are just going to Shadow. Okay, yeah, Showdown. So we will be moving on to the match between Even and Isle Board. I wish these competitors luck, as it is up to them to show. So we will see. Isle Board with running Impel, and Even is running Wallbreaker. We have seen Even's Wallbreaker usage to be pretty effective. That melee trade was in Isle Board's favor, though. Even takes first blood, however. So that revolver shot catches Isle Board, and that Isle Board is really low on health, but Even unfortunately does not have the mobility to be able to make it from there. And Isle Board is on the brink of death. However, the lives are even, so the lives are even. And here we have, ooh, taking a large amount of life, but not enough to just kill. So we will see what happens next. That is a bit of damage on Isle Board. That grenade bounces off, causes Isle Board to kind of wall bounce, but that's not enough. Isle Board is now 2 lives down, and Even is regenerating. We will see what happens next. Right, we have... That revolver hits. That misses. Even falls into the void. That's kind of tragic. Even chat. That misses. So here we have a little bit of, well, damage going. Now we are just watching slow, methodical dance. Isle Board now has a minigun. That dart hits pretty well. That Even has taken a bit of damage. Even is now moving slightly faster, but does not manage to hit the actual wall breaker. But maybe that was not the point of that wall breaker. Maybe that was just for mobility. We will have to see if that pans out. They are both regenerating right now. Never mind, Even has lost regeneration and is now facing a very significant life differential. However, life is transient, and we will just have to see if Isle Board understands that. And luckily for Isle Board, and it is currently 1-1, Even and Isle Board are more or less at the same. We're at the well, Even is actually doing really poorly on health, but is managing to keep distance and starting to regenerate. Isle Board throwing just darts, throwing anything, hoping that maybe Even will slip up, and we'll see what happens next. That's Great Sword taking the Isle Board to the brink of death. Even's at the brink of death. Next hit will almost certainly win, and that takes it. Even wins the first match against Isle Board. These close matches are taking really just everything. So we will now be proceeding to the second match between these two, which will take place on Detonate. We are seeing some very close matches today. So we will see what happens next. Even versus Isleboard, round 2. Here we have Even and Isleboard. Isleboard just waiting. So just clearing it up. That match that took place two matches earlier, that was replacing Weather, not replacing Isleboard. So that grenade taking Even to the brink of death. We are seeing the destruction of a lot of the explosive blocks on this map just almost immediately. Now here we have Isleboard versus Even. Isleboard at the brink of death. Even somewhat doing that. That dart just barely snags on the near corner of the detonate exploding island. Isleboard with first blood. Here we have just a little bit of. No, that's. So there are only 2 explosive blocks left on the map. It's odd to see that so early. We have some. Well, Even is now not doing too well. 2 matches, it's 2 down, and Isleboard needs to. Well, I was gonna say they need to get out of there quickly, and I thought that Intel would do it, but Even popped Wallbreaker and, well, just instantly killed them. That boomerang showing what boomerangs do best, coming around in weird angles. Here we have Isleboard. That misses. They're both. So now only 1 explosive block is in play, and Isleboard's right next to it. Unfortunately, that grenade just came flying in, thrown by Even, and just explodes right on Isleboard's body. And however, did not blow up that explosive block I was mentioning, and Isleboard is getting turned around here. Even has a bazooka. Isleboard with a revolver. We'll see if explosives class bullets all the time. And that rocket jump. Now, unfortunately, so now Even has a sass, which is probably going to be very scary for Isleboard right now. Isleboard coming in with a greatsword. And here we have Even taking the match 5-3. So Even has won both matches. Actually, he has won 3 out of 3 matches. So we only have 2 matches to prepare. So I move on to the next code. Next on the schedule would have been, well, the match between Even versus Weather, but Even has been playing quite a lot recently. So we will be moving on to Rusty Gears versus Isleboard. So here we have we're currently waiting on Rusty Gears. Please Rusty Gears has shown up. So now we're asking bans. And we'll see which maps get banned. Puncture has been banned. And Cube has been banned. We're taking it old school. We're going to Tubular. So here we have Tubular, Isleboard versus Rusty Gears. So Isleboard starting from the top, Rusty Gears at the bottom. Some punches are thrown, none of them connect. Now Isleboard has a pitchfork. Rusty Gears has a whatever. That misses, and here we have Rusty Gears with a grenade. Throws it, doesn't quite connect. So now we have Rusty Gears really low on health, but Isleboard may need to watch out here because Rusty Gears just picked up the sass. Takes out a large chunk of Isleboard's health, but unfortunately, Rusty Gears died. So we are going to see. Now we have that grenade just barely clipping Isleboard's foot. Now here we have a minigun coming in. Isleboard using up all the ammo. Not quite managing to secure that kill, but enough to put Rusty Gears right at the brink of death, and that happens. And now here we have Rusty Gears eats that revolver shot, but that's not enough. So here we have we're going to see just so that's a pistol, that's a revolver, that's a boomerang. That takes a lot of damage. This is getting pretty intense now. This throwable war is just beginning, and here we have Rusty Gears getting away with the upsurge. Personally, one of my favorite abilities, but we will see what happens next. We have Isleboard with a revolver, and that's not a revolver, that's a rifle, and Rusty picking up stones. And that misses. Here we have just some rifle play. Isleboard. Here we have a rock and, well, two rocks. Isleboard picked up a boomerang. Rusty another rock. We will see what happens next. That dart would have hit Rusty if not for the movement. Here we have that's a shotgun versus a rock. Here we have that is a clip, and Rusty takes life number 3. Here we have Rusty is just scoping out surroundings. We will see what happens. That is an epic AK in play, and Rusty has just already taken a couple bullets from it. Rusty doing a very good strategy of staying just right inside. So, as Isleboard has found out, Rusty Gears knows how to deal with an epic AK, and so decided to drop it in favor of a pistol, a much more reliable, if not as flashy option. So, that's a bazooka. That clears out the path, but now Rusty is unarmed. And here we have just... So Rusty has about half health. IL only like single digits, I would presume. Started to regenerate. Oh, Isleboard has to go. Unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. That was tragic. We will be counting that as a victory, though, for Rusty Gears. So we will just have to check the tapes and see. So, Isleboard has... So we are just going to wait for a second while I review the tapes. We will be treating that as a 5-3 in Rusty Gears' favor. As for the match, this is honestly unprecedented, but I suppose it was bound to happen. If it is at all possible, I would like someone to jump in. Although, perhaps, you know what? We will just give you the. We will just we will give you the victory, but we will see how good that victory, how good those points are. So what I will elect to do is I will just. Ooh, Devil's Mirror. Calling in that. Coming in. So, we will just have Devil's Mirror in here. This isn't going to be the. This isn't going to be a. This isn't going to actually count. So, we will just use the previous banned list. And we will be using a Pillars match. We will see what happens. This isn't an official tournament match, but we will just have. But this is more just a fill time, as that grenade doesn't really do much. Rusty has nothing. Devil's Mirror has nothing. We have that dart traveling and landing, and here we have a grenade that doesn't quite do enough. Things are heating up, and we are certainly starting to feel how everything is shaping up. And Devil's Mirror gets the first blood. I am unfortunately unable to update the side displays, as that is being done by Ascent's program, but which I do not have access to, unfortunately. Here we have Devil's Mirror with a shotgun, Rusty Gears with a rock that was thrown, both of them currently regenerating. Now here we have Rusty Gears coming in, slowly, methodically, that grenade forcing them to switch to the bottom path, and here we have a little bit of... That grenade did not do Rusty Gears any favors, unfortunately. This is just going to end poorly. Now here we have... That is a grenade almost completely obliterating that pillar. We do have one high part there. Devil's Mirror going through the wall. There was a tiny bit of lag. We will have to see how that pans out. So here we have that grenade coming in. That's getting really intense. Let's see if Rusty can take it out. No, that minigun was way too slow. Rusty was not able to get out of there. That grenade does hit, however, and takes Devil's Mirror to about a third of health. So here we have Devil's Mirror. So that is getting quite intense. Devil's Mirror doing a little bit of a poor back dance. Don't even know what to call that, but we should probably give that a name. Here we have Rusty with an epic AK, and Devil's Mirror with a revolver. The impressive explosive power of the epic AK is on full display here. as Rusty completely obliterates, well, the upper part of the third and second pillar. And here we have just a tiny bit of movement. So Rusty may need to play a lot more defensively if the turnaround to happen here. That's is looking. Devil's Mirror loses the 5-0 to an accidental self-kill. And that grenade had the wrong type of momentum. So Devil's Mirror wins the match. However, it doesn't really do anything. So, match between Rusty Gears and Devil's Mirror, which shouldn't have happened, or rather, would not have happened if not for Isle Ward's unfortunate having to just up and leave. We will be reporting the score as a 2-0 win for Rusty Gears, as unfortunately we can't exactly have that. So we will move on to the next match. Next match is actually going to be one that we're going to have Even back, despite a few accused. So this would have been the match between Even and Weather. However, it's now the match between Even and Dragon Slayer. So we have the bans, those being Pillars versus Puncture. Well, Pillars and Puncture are banned. We are going to just quickly do the bans. The map which has been decided is Tubular, which I forgot I had to do. So this is going to be the second match between Even and Dragon Slayer. So this is going to go fantastically. We are watching just a little bit of movement going on. So that's a bit of dodging going on. We have Dragon Slayer coming in, taking a large chunk of Even's health. Not quite enough to kill, and there's the kill from the Sass. We are seeing some activity in the Spanish channels. I don't know why. Here we have just that's going pretty well, and here we have a bit of movement going on, and that is a double kill. It resets it. Even taking a shotgun blast to the back. Dragon Slayer is out for blood right now. And here we have a little bit of movement going on, and it is currently now just down. It's Even's down to 2 lives. Dragon Slayer still on 4. We will just have to see what happens next. Dragon Slayer running away. That's a boomerang that almost despawned. Throwing, almost certainly to discourage an approach. That dart coming in, falling. There's a bit of a hesitance to come down. Not unreasonably, however. Here you have just a little bit of movement, and Dragon Slayer takes another death. Even is well, Even is able to turn this around, but it will take a lot of energy and a lot of focus. And Even is doing just a lot of things. And here we have that misses, and Even has taken out Dragon Slayer once more. We have Even is able to turn this around, but it will take a lot of thoughtful play, and one that will not afford a lot of mistakes. as it stands, any wrong move from Even, or any brilliant move from Dragon Slayer will take this match. That grenade takes out the middle, opening it up, making it a lot less safe to be there. Even loses the match. Dragon Slayer has won this second match, and we are just going to find out where that is. Even versus Dragon Slayer number 2 is... was I supposed to even run this match again? I may have updated the wrong match. Please give me a moment. I just need to check something. Was I supposed to run that? Yeah. Yes, I may have made a mistake in the tournament. Please bear with me. My literacy is not the best in the best of times, so this will probably just take me but a moment. So 2-5 So yes, that is a mistake on my part. I have absolutely just made a mistake. So we will just need to see which of these matches was. Okay. I will just have to do a little bit of, just a tiny bit of detective work. Please just bear with me. Yes, okay. I see what I've done wrong. Okay. So this match, I will just need to take a look at the video just to see what's going on. Please bear with me. No, it is a 4-5, in fact. And the 2-5 was actually between Rusty Gears and Dragon Slayer. So this will just take me but a moment. I just need to update. I'm slightly stupid. Laptop's struggling to load challenge right now. Come on, little laptop, you can do this. This may just take a bit. I'm just going to check the log. Okay. Matches have been updated. Unfortunately, I'm maybe a little stupid. So yeah, we had previously done Even versus, okay, well, have I just witnessed a murder? So next up is Isleboard versus Dragon Slayer. I'm doing my best here. We will see if Isleboard is available. Sure. I
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do?
so we are seeing people fighting over the spot opened up by even, but not by even, by I'll. I'm just going to need to look at the match history. So we're just going to. We are unable to update them. So we are just waiting. For some reason, filter key is turned on. I don't trust it. So now we're just waiting for Kyle board, and doesn't seem like he'll come back. So if Isle Board does not come back, we may just need to substitute them for someone else, which I sure hope we don't have to do. So it appears, in fact, we do not have someone to fill in the slot. So we may just need to look for someone else. And we are just waiting because we are waiting for someone to figure out who's coming in, because Kyle Board left and I don't know if they're coming back. We don't know. We may just need to look for someone, because I'm not sure if this is. and we are just currently waiting because IL_Borge is not here, and what do I do here? Can't exactly just jump in because we may just need to look for someone. We are just waiting. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be all that eventful until someone comes forward. Please, just someone show up. I'm just going to need to wait. Okay, so I've called in someone to fill in if it's my TM11EX has joined the game. This is fantastic because we are now thus kicking IL_Borge out of the tournament because, well, let's just be real here. If they were not here, then we just, well, we can't exactly keep going. So we're just going to replace IL_Borge with TM11EX. We're going to need the map bands. So I'm just going to quickly look at the... So maps or bands that are Cosmic and Puncture. So we are just going to... So we are going to put those in. And my apologies for all the dead time. That was just kind of how it rolled this time. So we are getting detonate. We have So here we have Weather versus TM, who is filling in for IL_Borge, and will be replacing them. So here we go. Actually, no, yeah, not IL_Borge. Versus Dragon Slayer. I may be stupid. So here we have TM with Wallbreaker, and Dragon Slayer picking up the Boomerang. That Boomerang kind of dismissed. Dragon Slayer takes the first bit of damage. That misses. That just sailed right over. TM has shown very good, has shown to be a very competent player in the past, and we will see what happens. And now we have TM has lost a life, but still might be able to push this, and that is a very skillful use of an explosive block. It's currently 1-1. So here we have just a bit of movement going around, and here we have So TM using Wall Breaker to close the gap. Just barely missing that Greatsword hit. Here you have Weather, and Weather trying to bait TM in. That grenade didn't quite do what it set out to do. Both of those shots went into the wall. TM loses the second life. Here we have the SAS coming and pushing in. Here we have just a little bit of. That's how you close the gap. So here we have Weather with a SAS taking damage from that very skillful use of the revolver. So here we have a rock being thrown. So that was a trade, and that's gonna leave a mark. TM is very low on health, but even then, that explosive block, coming in clutch. And however, that came in very quickly. So here we have just some. That's a grenade coming in. So here we have TM takes the first match. That is a 5-3 in TM's favor. So we will now get the next map, which is Topple. So the map has been set to Topple. We are starting round 2. TM versus Dragon Slayer. We're reloading the map. So, seems like there was a bit of a trade. TM taking 2 punches where Weather took 1. That SAS hit puts TM at around, I want to say half health, maybe closer to 60. Starting the regeneration, that revolver just misses. Now that's some very close gameplay. TM 1 health, but not quite able to do it. Dragon Slayer hit, and here we have just a very close. Ooh! Now that's a hit. That wall breaker looked like it was gonna miss, but it didn't. But it just worked out. Weather almost at the brink of death. TM unfortunately unable to secure the kill. Until now, it's an even 3-3. Weather falling into the void, unable to recover. Now here we have a shotgun in the TM going through the tunnel, and Weather flailing that katana, but well, not Weather, Dragon Slayer flailing that katana, and TM is just going to need to. TM's gonna need to watch out because Dragon Slayer has. And TM just takes the match. It is currently an easy. It's another 5-3. And with that, we are now 1 pair of matches away from finishing this tournament. Our next tournament will be, of course, Even versus Rusty Gears. So we will just need to. So let's see the current standings. So, as it stands right now, both Even and Rusty Gears are in a position to advance. They have both won 3 matches apiece. And we will just need to see what happens next. So now we need the bands. Tubular has been banned. Pillars has been banned. 2 out of 3 of the version 0.0.1 maps have been banned. And thus, our next map will be Showdown. What a fitting sight for one of the 2 conclusion matches of the Supreme.io Ruby Tournament 2022 Group D stream. Even versus Rusty Gears. Let's go! So we just have a bit of trades. And Rusty Gears takes the first loss. However, even may need to be careful because that's a shotgun that Rusty Gears has. Or, you know, death is also a possible outcome here. We have Even and Rusty Gears, both of them with pistols. Even traded in for the what's it called, the rifle, and Rusty with the shotgun. And that was a very nice dodge of that rocket. That comes in. Now here we have just a little bit of, and Rusty gets sniped out of the air with that shotgun. Here we have just some very careful movements. Rusty takes that grenade, surviving on but a sliver of health, and then that was enough to spell Rusty's fate there. It's 3-2. Rusty will need to put in a lot of effort here in order to turn this around. Even takes a death, evening out the lives, but Rusty is still very much lower on health. It's 2-on-1. I've come back from more intense situations than this, and I've had turnarounds from situations more dangerous than this. Here we have that missed. That missed. Now that's a minigun right there. So it's a minigun duel. Rusty's on a slight health disadvantage. Manages to juke even through the platform. Now that's some close calls. Now that misses, and here we have Even has fallen. Now here we just have Even and Rusty Gears. They're both on last life. Rusty on the brink of death, and Even takes the match. So it has come to this. The final match of this tournament, which will be played on Topple. Topple has been selected. Let's finish up Group D. Rusty takes the first death, being stabbed to death by a knife. Even has an SMG right now. A difficult weapon to approach against. That rock bounces off. Perhaps Even was hoping for that rock to just barely skid by and hit Rusty in the head. The swelling of intent is palpable. We have just one of the most careful situations. That tunnel is open. Even decides to go in, but that's a very precarious situation. There's only one way out. Well, actually, there's 2 ways out. So the way you came, and the way you're going. And that's not really going to... You can't dodge up, you can't dodge down. All you have is, well, just what's in front of you and what's behind you. And so, a bullet in that area is very dangerous. You are unable to duke it out. Even coming in, rushing in, causing Rusty Gears to die. So both sides are even. Both sides are not even. Both sides are So that grenade. So now the situation has been completely opened up. There's a gaping hole in the floor. One that is going to be very dangerous for either side. Rusty is on 1 life left. This is a possible... Even might be able to win this right now. But Rusty can always claw it back. Piece by piece. So here we have... Rusty circumnavigates, shoots even, but then does not. But then gets pressured out of the hole. Takes the kill, but also dies in the process. This is a 1-5, evens favor. And with that, this concludes the Group D of the Supreme.io Ruby Tournament 2022. The group part is done. So we will be seeing who moves on, as we are just now currently waiting. So with that, this concludes the groups section. Now we are currently just waiting on a bracket update, or rather a group update. We are hoping that you enjoyed. And tomorrow, tune in at 3 p.m. EST, or I believe 1 p.m. MST. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or 1 p.m. Mountain Time. We are now currently just waiting for that bracket update. And that sheet update. Because, well, let's just say it's hard to update the sheet if you can't update the sheet. I'm clearly being very descriptive here. So we are just waiting on that update. So now we're just currently waiting. And we'll take some questions in the chat. If you can throw something at me. Now we're just currently waiting. We're waiting, watching, and waiting. Or actually, I will just give you the results of this situation. With 5 wins, 1 loss, we have Even, who will be moving on to the brackets. With 3 wins and 3 losses, Rusty will also advance to bracket. With 2 wins and 4 losses, Dragon Slayer will be staying in Group D, and TM11EX, who is substituting for IL Board, will also be staying. We will... Hope you're ready for tomorrow's bracket. So... I hope you're ready for next time. So this is